So this is Baruch here at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel. One of these days, I'd like to figure out how to integrate a little bit of music into, some kind of a theme. I have some music that I do like from my past. But here's a promise that I made before that I was going to get into this idea about this is a summary of everything we've learned in this particular drush. This is drush number 4 in the Kriya Shemah. So this particular idea here is to give us a graph of exactly what's going on each time we say the Kriya Shema. So it starts with the Kriya Shema of Karbanos. Now, it said before, using my old phrase, this magic word Yisroel. What happens in the Yisroel is it's a situation, their Anpin is very weak at the time of Karbanos. It's early in the morning, and this is the first time you're saying Kriya Shema in the daytime. So all you have in Zer Anpin is the Panemios of Ima. So when you say the word Yisroel, then the Lamed Mem of Ima come in. That means the Mekifim. So the Benimim were already there, had to be there. Otherwise, there's no Ima. There's nothing, no Zeranpin. And then the Tzadik the Abba comes in at that time. Then you say the word Echad. So whatever is going on here is the preparation for it. But when you say Echad, there we have Arba Mises based in, and there's a sacrifice there, and this is where everything goes up. So what you just brought in, which is the Lamed Mem of Ima, the Lamed Mem, the Lamed Mem de Ima, and the Tzadi de Abba, all of that is going to go up at this time in Mayim Nukvin, period, in Mayim Nukvin. Now, what happens is, as a result of that, it brings down the Panemius, but where's the Panemius? It brings down the Tipa of Shefa, the Ein Sof Baruch, wrapped in clothing. Clothing over here is in the Panemius of Arich, which is a tremendously high level. And then it says also in the word Echad. So all of this also comes in, the Lamed Mem Dekatas, because we didn't have Abba, also together with the Vok, the Godless, the Ima. In other words, this is the first time we see Godless. So this is what we're trying to promote in Olam Atzilus. Then you come to the word Yotzer. So now Yotzer is the big time Shema. This is the Shema of the morning. At this point, it'll Lamed Mem de Abba come in when you say the word Yisroel. Again, the magic word Yisroel. It brings in the katnas of Abba, the Lamed that is the Makifim of Abba. And then when you say the word Echad, Echad is going to be where the Yichud is actually going to take place, which is going to promote Mayim Nukvin, that is from the bottom to the top of Shefa. So of our prayers and so on and so forth. So it comes there from Kitzonius Atik, because the Kitzonius Atik is the highest possible levush, which is a very transparent levush that you can get. And then over here, though, when you say on the word Echad, all that comes back to you, which is very important, is the Vok, the Godless, the Ima, because you don't need anything else. There was nothing else missing. Let's go to Arvis. Arvis at this time, what is in the coming in from, you have apparently at the Arvis time, you have already the Panini and the Makif of Ima. It's complete. And so when you say the magic word Yisroel, the Tzadi of Abba comes in. That's the Panimis of Abba. And then, of course, the Tzadi de Abba is what's offered up when you get the word Echad. And where does the Shefa where is the clothing? So as you go down the Shefa, the clothing that the Tipa is clothed in, it will be more dense. It will have less light to it, light manifest from it. So it comes from the Kitzonius of Arich, which is not as high as the Panemius of Arich, but it's high. And then you have also the Lamed Mem Katnas, the Abba, which is the Panemius, the Makifim of Katnas of Abba. Also, as always you get in every single Kriya Shema, everything comes in, including the Vok, the Godless, the Ima. So now you have the Vok, the Godless, the Ima, and you see in the Vok, the Godless, the Ima, in Vok, the Godless, the Ima, in Vok, the Godless, the Ima. All of these things get the Vok of the Godless of Ima. So he said, now we'll go to the last one. That was Aravis. So apparently in Aravis, again, you had all of the Mekifim, the Mekifim and the Penimim of the Katnas of Ima were already there. You added the Tzadi Da'ab. Now you're at the lowest level of Kriya Shema. This is called the Kriya Shema Lalamita. So he says, at that point, you have only the panemius of Ima there, that is coming to Zeranpin. Excuse me, that has come into Zeranpin. So you're adding on the famous word Yisroel, the Mekifim of Ima, and you're offering the Mekifim of Ima go up in Mayim Nukfin to Zeranpin and bring back, and when you say that's on the word Echad, and at the word Echad, you're getting a rebound. And the rebound comes from the Gitzonius of Abba Ve'ima, which is the lowest place. So it's the most dense, the most opaque, or it's not really opaque, but it's the most covered, the most dense of the of all of the shefa that comes in. But nonetheless, it gets the entire tselem of kadlas the Abba, together with the vok of the gadlus of Ima. All of that comes in as a result of this effort. Now let me see exactly where this tabla came from. We're over here on number Pei Gimel. Number Pei Gimel, we're reading just we could read the top on Pei Gimel. Here we go. He says, Va'ata nevayir hakavana shetzarek lekavin. What's the kavanah that you have to have in mind? Bechiluk harishon anal, with the first different division that we had there. Shehu b'milas Yisroel. So in other words, the first machalach is to know that the word Yisroel is a magic word. V'hinei kavanas Yisroel b'Kriya Shema the Yotzer. This bar v'kaman b'makomo. So that will be later on explained. Now, exactly what he means by that, I'm not sure. So let's take a look over here. And here's we are. Ata nevayer. Rav, now the Rav is now explaining Raka Gabona Shalachilak, a Rishon Mashat Sark Lakamet Batavis Yisrael. Well, what should you have in mind when you're saying the Kriya Shema when you get to the second word, which is the word Yisrael? The Hamshik Amochin the Kapta the Zechad the Firazman, according to the time you're saying the Kriya Shema. So that means the shefa that you'll be offering up and the shefa that will be coming down is going to be different. The Hamshik Amochin the Kapta the Zah the Firazman. So you're going to bring down Mochin the Katna, so the Zah has within him Kavayachol, all of the Mochin the Katnas. And how it is that this depends on when you say the word Yisroel. Now, Shemishtana Kavanas Tevis Yisroel, you're changing that kavanah, but called Kriya Shema Me'elo Ha'arba Kriya Shema, from all of those Kriya Shema. Now, let's see if we're going over here. Now we're on Pei, that was Pei Dawud. We're still in Pei Dawud. So he says, Masha Tzarek L'Kavin. So what you have to have in mind, but Tevis Yisroel, but Kriya Shema the Yotzer, so the Kriya Shema Yotzer, Eich Mamshich and the Zerah Alamba Ben Dekatas, the Abba, how it is that their Anpen at this time is going to get the Makifin, the Katas of Abba. He says that the Rab is going to explain this later on. Let's see a little bit more. It says like this: Kriya Shema Shel HaGarbanos. Asher Oz Niknasim and Makifin the Katas the Ima. That's when you say the Karbanos. That's the first one. When the Makifim, the Katas of Ima come in because she had only Panimi. But Panimi the Katas the Abba also comes. Sarab Gam came Bakab and Kavanah Cheres. You have to have something else in mind. She Gam came to Gematria Yisroel, which also comes to the Gematria of Yisroel, and he's going to try to show us how that works. Kedugma Osa Kavana, the Kriya Shema the Yotzer, is similar to what we saw in the Kriya Shema the Yotzer. Now let's see in the time left if I can get a little reading on this, and we'll try to understand it better. He says like this: B'kol ha'arba mini Kriya Shema, all the different Kriya Shema. Sarek l'kavin b'tevis Yisrael. You have to know that the second word, which is the word Yisrael, is very important for this kavanah. Shul b'gematria osam amochin the katas and niknasa b'za'oz, because Yisrael comes out to be the gematria of all of the mochin that are coming in. The lechein kamosh shibir or rabba kavanas Yisrael. So there, the rabbi is complaining here about the kavanas Yisrael shall kriya shema the yotzer of that special kriya shema with the word Yisroel. Ech Yisroel begematria shall hamochim shall halamed men dekatnas. The Abba, how it is that the word Yisroel comes out of the gematria of the mochim, which are the makifin, the lamed, and the men dekatnas, the Abba. Kain ata bekriya shema shal karbano. So you have the same thing in the kriya shema shal karbano. Sarek l'kabin ech Yisroel. How is it that Yisroel Who the gematria shalamochim shalalam ben the katnas the ima? How does it come out to be the gematria? So we have to work on that. Ima mochin the side of the katnas the abba, together with the mochin the katnas of abba. That's Baruch Fleischman here at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, and we will come around and we'll see how far we're going to go in this particular piece. But because right now I'm looking, he's got us going into a little shtick over Shash here at the bottom. And I think that we should just get a look at it. It'll be good for me. And maybe if we get somebody to listen to this year, it'll be good for you too. This is Baruch Fleischman.